Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Baddie Overwatch League Season 4. Final week of the regular season, Week 10 pregame show. I'm your host, Albino Joe, and with me today is a very, very special guest. Been wanting to do this for a very long time. The always sexy Heron 911. How you doing, Heron?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just glad you let me on here finally after weeks and weeks of me bullying you to let me do something.
You're
No one
in,
likes my
man.
voice.
Dude,
It happens.
you came out with the power rankings. Now
Yeah, I
you're
made a
in.
list just so I could get here, actually. So, it's terrible. Let's go through it. What do you want?
Yeah,
What's up?
okay. So, yeah, we might as well just go straight to that right away. Okay, so,
You're not gonna introduce
you
me?
know. Oh, hey.
Thanks, Jay.
See, okay, part of me is just so used to being in here to stream, and I'm just like, shit,
Yeah, I know.
Zedekis is actually going to be talking this time.
I know.
Zedekis!
I almost forgot to unmute myself in OBS because I always just muted in it.
Oh, man, wouldn't that be funny if I was just introducing you and talking to, nothing for the first 5 minutes of it?
Maybe I'm still muted and they all think you're crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, is this a troll? Is this a long troll? What's going on here?
I don't know.
Well,
The long con, bro.
anyway, we also have Zedekis here. Zedekis, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Joey. Thank you for having me on. It's an exciting week to be on the pre-show.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Week 10 is going to be big, and something I actually want to talk about first and foremost, more than your power rankings, Aaron. We'll get to those. But Zedekis,
I'm hurt.
as commissioner of the Baddie Overwatch League, season 4 is wrapping up to a very, very climactic ending with subs and games that actually matter, especially your game tonight. What do you have to say about all this excitement that's going down?
First of all, I gotta give a lot of credit to our writers this season. They really stepped up their game since last season. They've given us a pretty exciting storyline to follow. But yeah, all three games, obviously our game's huge. This is for who makes the playoff and who's done with the season. But we really couldn't have had a better week 10. Every game matters. Everyone's playing the team that they're close to in ranking. So gonna be pretty hype. A little less hype with all the subs that we've got going on this week, but still should be a real good time.
Yeah, we'll touch on the subs at the end of this, because to be honest, I'm still not even 100% sure I understand how this all happened. But doesn't matter. Yeah, straight into these power rankings now. Just beelining into this. Top 5 DPS. No wonder you think is better than Ninja Plays.
I do. So, the only reason I actually went into that is no wonder plays with his team. Ninja is extremely good on a lot of DPS. He makes my life hell when he plays Widow. He makes my life hell when he plays Genji. He makes my life hell when he plays pretty much fucking anything, as well as he does with most teams. But he doesn't play well with his team, and he can get punished for that really hard by anyone who pays attention to him. It's just like, oh, where's Ninja? He's not with his team. And that's a pretty big downfall when you're a huge player for your team to get picked way the fuck away from your team a lot. That's why I had to put him at number 2. If he played with his team all the time, I'd throw him at number 1 all day, and Kellen would just punch me in the face, and I'd take it.
I'd have to say I completely agree. Everyone that you put in the top 5 DPS are all people that when I'm playing support, I'm scared of them just always being on me, killing me. But no wonder, even more so than the rest of them, is just always where I don't want him to be, always on me, always pressuring, and it's fucking scary.
Yeah, he's a pain in the ass to play against, 100%.
It's just that Tracer, man. That Tracer's scary.
His fucking Widow is scary, too. He has a whole breadth of characters that just make people's lives hell. He just doesn't play them.
Yeah, his aimbot is, I don't know. He found a really good, successful aimbot for his computer, I guess.
Yeah, man, South Korean aimbot, $2,000. Totally worth.
Got him. Well, hey, going down that list, no wonder first, Ninja Plays second, good justification, and then from there on, I mean, 30, yeah, he's been showing up as well. So is Free Fee. I'd rope them in together. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
I think 30 is just a little bit better than Free Fee, just because he frags so hard on his hit scans. His Tracer's okay. His Junkrat's really, really good, so he can definitely work and complement Ninja's play. Whereas Free Fee, I've seen him, kind of 1v6 Waifu's team a little bit last week. That was rough on the Tracer. Yeah, that was hard to watch. I'm sorry. But other than that, his Genji, not a super great Genji. His Junk's definitely close to the best, if not the best in the league. But like Junk's such a situational character that like doesn't have a huge impact for his team. Whereas Soldier, McCree, they're just versatile on every map virtually.
Zed, anything to add to that?
Yeah, I agree. 30's, 30's been in the league the whole time, so he's just always someone I'm just terrified of going against. When he's on that high ground on Soldier, like, you better send half your team to contest him.
Yeah, for sure. I could support you guys all on that with that kind of talk. But Captain, 5th place. I don't know. Not much to say. He's on a trash team that
Hey, those are my homies. Their morale's low, but I believe in the heart of the weeb, man.
I don't know, Heron. I'm raising my waifus tonight, Heron. I'm raising my waifus.
Fuck you, no. Joey, no.
I've crossed to the dark side.
Oh
Feels
God,
good, Joey.
Betrayal.
I want to see it happen. But moving on to your tanks now. Danko, 1st place.
Dude, I wish Josh was on a team where he could play tank more, because when he plays tanks, everyone knows he's just the fucking best. He's a goddamn powerhouse on any tank he plays, and he just doesn't get to play it all that often, and it just sucks.
Yeah, and I mean, even specifically, his Zarya and his Diva, are both
dude.
insane.
Yeah, Zarya and Diva and Ryan are how he almost hit GM. He kind of started falling out of it or whatever when he got really involved in the baddie league and didn't have too much time to play comp. But he can definitely get there whenever he wants to if he just puts the time in. It's a hard climb. I'm still in plat, so I have no fucking idea, honestly. I'm just talking out my ass. But, I believe.
Yeah, same. But going to that number 2 spot that a lot of people don't see, but he is a force to be reckoned with, UTech.
Yeah, so talking to my friends who I've played against or whatever, aside from the obvious no wonder being just a massive asshole in the background, all I hear is fuck UTech. He just puts pressure right where he needs to all the time. AJS doesn't agree with me. That's whatever. That's why I made my power rankings, blackjacks and hookers, because my opinion's valid, I think.
Zedicus?
I'm maybe not exactly as excited about UTech as you are, but I mean, he's top 5, no question. Like, anyone who doesn't have him top 5, I don't know what they've been watching. I'd probably have Destructive and maybe Jim above him. That one's a little harder. Jim doesn't have as much variety, but goddamn, that Ryan is terrifying.
Yeah, his Ryan's really good, but Ryan's a very easily countered character or whatever. I don't know. I mean, UTech just has a very wide pool that he plays pretty well. His Diva and his Winston are obviously his strongest, but he still plays a really good Zarya. Plays a pretty good Hog. And the level that Jim plays on the tanks that he's not comfortable with are not at the level that I've seen UTech play on the tanks that he's not comfortable with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I will say, when we're preparing to play against UTech, all we're thinking about is what are we going to do when he's on the Winston? How are we going to deal with that? Because he's always going to be on me.
Oh, well, actually, UTech runs Diva now. Shoot runs Winston.
Yeah, I was thinking earlier.
Honestly, they both hit the same target, to be honest. So
yeah.
But I mean, they're doing the same thing for the most part.
Yeah, for sure. And to Jim's end, give him a little bit of credit. I mean, he plays a pretty sick Winston. He plays a pretty sick Zarya, and his Ryan is probably, I'll say flat out the best in the league. From the play that we've seen so far. It's just those other tanks it's harder to see him shine on those. Maybe he just doesn't have the opportunities or what. But yeah, and then number 5 for your tanks, Batmel. I still have been casting with my monitor off, so I still don't know if she plays tank or not. But I'm just a baddie. What do I know?
Yes, she does.
Yes,
good.
So
I thought she was DPSing. Okay.
Yeah, Batmel DPSs a little bit or whatever in certain games, but I don't know. She moving over to tank, even though she's still a really good DPS, her ability to shot call just goes through the roof because she's not focusing on just constant DPS, and she's a main target caller for a team along with Teamic, I believe, and just having that ability has pushed Tide Pod from a bottom tier team to a really highly coordinated, high tier team. They can run dive with Evo on Tracer or Pharah and Hook on the Genji, or they can swap up comps for defense and everything else that they need to do. It's just they're a scary fucking team, dude. They're a good team.
Wow. Moving on from tanks to supports now. Don't want to spend too much time on me because it's me. I did hack the game and put 2 times modifiers on all of my healing and
Knew
damage
it.
boosting.
Called it.
So there actually is a 7th player when I'm playing. But
Fair enough.
second place below me, Huckletune.
Yeah, so the reason I threw Huckletune in there or whatever is I don't know support super well. Like, support's my weakest role in the game by far. So, like, looking for supports, my main thing's like, are they in a good position? Are they dying a lot? Like, what's going on here? And Huckletune seems to be the dude who's just consistently alive. He's always keeping his team alive, even when Sword and Mace gets picked from being just kind of way too out of position. Sorry, buddy. I mean, like, I know you're a little bit new to the game, but you die way more than you should, in my opinion. But Huckletune still just keeps his team alive and fragging, and having a solid, support on his team like that, even when he's running Zen and shit like that, I think deserves second position.
And Zed, what do you say about this list in general, the top 5
All the
for
supports?
sports?
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with all of them. You definitely number 1. Like, I don't want to stroke your ego too much here, Joey.
Dude, when my ego's stroked before a game, I just fucking start sweating. I already have to move my mouse like fucking 14 inches to do a 180. Like, it's...
Yeah. Tell everyone out there what your sense in DPI is, bro.
All right. So recently, I was talking to a buddy of mine, No Wonder, pretty important guy in this league, pretty big deal. And
Never heard of him.
I was trying to figure out, what is typically people's mouse sensitivity. And I, way back at the very beginning of all this shit, I saw a video for, I think it was for CSGO that UTech linked to me, and it was about how to set your mouse sensitivity and like how you can like aim at a specific spot and strafe around it or something. It's a video, and I did it and set my sensitivity. Well, I talked to my team later, and talking about mouse sensitivity, I found out that I have the absolute lowest, probably in the league. So if anyone has a mouse sensitivity that is lower than 1.4. Let me.
It's 2.4. You said
Okay,
2.4.
2.4 at 800 DPI. If anyone has a less sensitive setting than that,
Do you have an
let
extra
me know.
desk just for your mouse?
For the
I
people
play
out
on a
there,
Magic the
he moves his
Gathering
mouse
playmat.
a foot to do a 180. What the fuck?
I play on a Magic the Gathering playmat, so that's where a lot of that space comes from.
Man, I thought
Amazing.
30 had like a ridiculously low sensitivity, but yeah, that's just insane.
Yeah.
Oh my
so
god, dude.
that's
Fucking throw
actually
your shoulder out doing just turning. I don't understand.
To give you some lore on Albino Joe here. I used to play Druid and I had to have a heart attack whenever I was healing in World of Warcraft, and I feel like I have to have a heart attack to heal in Overwatch. So when I'm screaming, my team knows I'm doing well.
He does scream a lot. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, but moving off of that topic, so now we finished your power rankings, Aaron. Let them sit for themselves. I like it. Pretty good, pretty decent. But some that we should touch
I
on.
give it a C plus.
I'd give it a solid B.
Aww.
But as we only have about 5 minutes left right now in the pregame show, I do want to talk about the scheduled matches as quick as we can here.
Sure.
So as Zed said earlier, each of the not top-seeded teams, each of the teams that are as close to their next tier as possible are playing each other, if that makes sense. So all the top tier, all the mid tier, and all the bottom tier teams are
Fucking
playing each
hype,
other.
dude.
And
I can't
yeah,
wait for this. Yeah. For
Oh
these
my
matches
God.
tonight.
nothing solidified. Like tonight is kind of everyone has a dog in the fight tonight. There's no easy, there's no just backing out and not caring about it. Starting with the top match, the top seed is the middle game, Easy Clap versus Blabby's Dabs. There's subs on both sides of this team, I guess. Dabs is substituting Huckletune and Senpai for Galnir and an emergency sub TV Junkie. Don't know much about that, but Easy Clap is also subbing in UTech for an emergency sub Disco, since Sonez is not available either. what do you guys think of this matchup tonight?
I think it's
You
a
know-
lot harder to predict with,
Yeah.
two
You
big
text-
User
emergency
joined your
subs.
channel.
Hi.
Ty?
Hi.
Danko?
Hi.
We're
Hello.
streaming. What's
Yeah,
up,
we're
bro?
streaming, man.
Okay.
Damn.
Bye.
User
Bye.
left your channel.
Well, that was Josh Danko, ladies
Alright,
and gents.
alright, so-
Your top tank of the season.
Is that what were you saying?
What was I saying? Oh,
This
emergency
matchup
subs.
between
yeah,
Easy Clap, yeah.
it's hard to say. I'm probably gonna give the edge to Easy Clap on that, but it could go any way. I guess really
Yeah.
all that matters is you guys are up by 2 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
We
you just have to
need-
win
Yeah.
the map, I believe. So I guess that's really what matters.
But we
Yeah.
wanna, we got to get that revenge for week 2, man.
Oh,
They
yeah.
they bent us over and fucked us in the ass. We gotta do the same.
actually, okay, so you have to win. You have to get at least 1.5 then.
According to Timic, the guy who gives us very generously the clinchings of the league here, Easy Clap clinches a first seed with 1 win. So I think we win the head-to-head if we would get that single win.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we would, because we have half a map on them. So if we get no,
okay,
they
yeah.
have
No.
they actually
No, we have two. We have 2 maps on them. We have to get 1.5 to win.
Okay, I guess we have to get 1.5 to win.
Mm.
Huh.
Or it goes to a tiebreaker. Wouldn't that be fun?
Well, if they 2-1 to you, they would have the head-to-head tiebreaker. Then they would take first.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, no, we would just have to win 1 map because then they would win 2, and that would keep them still below us.
Oh yeah, you're right. I can't do
Yeah.
math. Ignore me.
Oh, right.
Mathematics.
Right, because you'd be up. Okay, yeah, wow.
So
I
okay,
can't
so
do
that's
math either.
that's how that
Trust
goes.
T-Mic.
Yeah, Timic really knows his stuff with this kind of thing. I think he was posting clinchings like back in freaking week 7 or week 6 or
Yeah,
something,
that was some insane math.
and he crunches some
That's
numbers,
some
man.
bad
I like
stuff,
it. But yeah, so enough about that match. Yeah, we got subs. Yeah, we got hype for first seed. Let's talk about the battle for third seed. Mercy Nerf Me Daddy versus Tide Pod Challengers. Do we know of any subs between those 2 teams tonight?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I hope
I
not.
think that's the only one without. Well, at least no emergency subs. So one team could play their bench. Who knows?
Yeah,
Yeah, they
Tide Pod
might-
Challengers does like to play Evolite and Crystallize.
Yeah, they are definitely the only full 7-man team in the league.
What do you guys think of that matchup?
Man, I don't know. They're both really strong teams, honestly. They both will give you a run for their money. I think Tide Pod might eke it out just a little bit, just because they've got like a lot stronger tank lineup, and they just seem to be practicing a lot. I'm unsure though, man. It's a toss up in my mind.
Yeah, they do. Tide Pod has been doing pretty well lately, although I guess they did get 3-0'd by, was that Easy Clap last week? But hey, who hasn't?
Whap whap.
A contender for the top seed. It's kind of justifiable. I mean, they
Yeah.
could still come in hot and be on fire, especially game 1. And I'm sure they've been prepping. I've seen them practice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I know Cal and Mel and maybe Ball Sexy were practicing for at least 7 hours the other day. Like they're dedicated to this win, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well,
that-
hey, let's cut to the most, actually, in my opinion, the most important match of the night. Game 3, Waifu Superstar 2 Senpai's Literature Club against Jeff from the Overwatch team for the battle into the playoffs. Any subs?
Yes, both A. Donnelly and Scotch can't make it tonight, so Jeff is running an emergency sub, whose name I will look up.
Sneaky Turtle. It's my boy
Yes,
Ethan.
Sneaky Turtle.
Love that dude. He's if he's listening though, he's trash, and I hate him. So never mind.
Oh, hey. That's a love-hate relationship, Aaron. Come on, man.
I mean, I'm the best man at his wedding. I gotta give him shit, man.
Oh, there you are. Well, he's in the league. He's playing. That's good that he's around for an emergency sub. But the bigger question right now, who is gonna win that matchup, Aaron? Tell me.
Oh my god, I don't know, dude. If Jeff gets a morale boost at all, like if they smell victory, they're gonna rally and win. I think. honestly. Like, I don't know. I've just kind of seen really subpar performance from Scotch the past few weeks, and it kind of almost seems like he's throwing, just going into these 1v6s grind and not really getting it done. I don't know if that's just because he's tilting or what's going on. I think Ethan will bring a lot more level head to whatever he's playing. Like, I said throw him on tank. I don't really know what they're going to do because he does have pretty good Pharah play from a Pharah main. I think he would, Waifu's got a little bit of trouble of dealing with Pharahs. I mean, Tree's a okay hit scan, but if he gets dove, then Pharahs get free reign, man. So I don't really know what they're gonna do, but I hope the best. Those are my homies. I know you two don't agree because you've gone to the dark waifu side, but
I mean, I'm on the team, so I gotta
Yeah,
give it. I
you
gotta
got it,
raise
yeah,
my
but
waifus, you know.
you
We-
converted Joey, man. You converted my pocket.
He
Jay.
converted
I feel
himself.
betrayed.
He's
Yeah,
been on the
it's,
waifu train.
The Kool-Aid
All
is just
season.
the Kool-Aid is just too much. I gotta take it. But something else to think about. I think this is the only game of the night that actually has the potential to be a tiebreaker at the end.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
So if
if
Jeff wins 2-1, we will be tied in the head-to-head, and that'll send us into our only possible tiebreaker match, which, for anyone who doesn't know, is a best of 3v3 lockout elimination.
Oh,
what does that
yeah.
even mean?
Yeah, it's gonna be hype. I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. I'm hoping we can just, take 2 maps
Yeah.
and call it a night, or a map and a half even. But
No,
if that happens, we will go into that immediately after the third game tonight.
Oh my god, who decided that? Because no offense, but you guys are at an extreme disadvantage if a 3v3 lockout comes in.
We sure are, but that was decided before the season.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well-
So that was the plan the whole time.
Everyone
It'll be
raise your
interesting.
waifus.
Yeah, I'll be
I-
raising my waifus.
Whatever happens, I'm gonna be drunk and screaming at my computer for at least 2 hours before and after.
Oh
So
jeez. Well, Alright,
I'm,
so
one
I'm
more
so
thing
hyped
to
for
note
tonight, man.
this week. This is the first time we're playing Blizzard World.
ooh, yes, maps. So we got last map is Nepal, second map Junkertown, and going to the first map that everyone has to play going into their matchups tonight, Blizzard World. Does
Oh my
anyone
God.
know anything about that map between the three of us?
Yeah, we ran
Yeah,
some
it fucking
scrims on it when
sucks,
we
dude.
practiced this week because we had to make sure everyone knew how to play it.
Oh my
Oh,
god, dude.
man.
It's a giant clusterfuck of a map. There's
Yeah, I'm
just
excited
so much
to watch
like
some games on it.
it's too much. There's
It's
just too
gonna
much
be
shit
weird.
going on. There's too much weird high ground, weird low flanky routes. I hate it.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
probably
there's
gonna
flank
love it in
routes
a week.
everywhere. I'm actually, yeah. If you're playing against a good tracer tonight, like, good luck.
Oh jeez, Wonder,
It's
Wonder,
It's just
you're a
flank
boy.
city. Yeah.
Wonder, you're a boy.
Just Joey, especially you're playing healer, just be ready to get flanked 100% of the time.
I haven't even gotten past second point, I don't think. So I don't even know
Oh
what the
man,
whole
the
map
flanks
looks
are even
like.
better on the third point.
Oh man.
Oh
yeah.
my god. Flanks,
I'm dead.
Boop City. It's second and third point as far as Wet Dream for that, so I'm hyped, but also just fucking hate that map.
Man. Well, hey, now I believe that we've hit all of the topics. Zedekus, did you want to talk about playoffs before or after the plays of the game?
Yeah, we can talk about it right now. We might as well. So, just a real quick rundown of the playoff format for anyone who hasn't followed Batty League before or hasn't seen the schedule. So, it's called the Bracket of Death. I'm going to bring this up on the screen real quick so you can see here. This is what the playoff bracket looks like. So, first place gets 3 buys. They are immediately in the finals. So obviously first place is huge in this league. Second place is going to pick up 2 buys. They only have to win 1 game to make it to the finals. Third place gets a single buy. Then the 5th place and 4th place teams will be playing each other in the first round. Winner moving on. So these first 2 matches, the 5th versus 4th, and then the winner of that playing the 3rd place team, are going to be next Wednesday. 7 o'clock, same time. The first 2 games are only going to be best of 3s. And to give the 4th place team an advantage, because, obviously they can't get any buys, the 4th place team will be able to pick the first map of the match with no bans going out. So
Oh, shit.
pretty big advantage. Back in the day when everything was best of fives, we used to do a one win advantage. So this isn't quite as good as that, but still pretty significant. Other than that, it'll just be the winning team bans 4 maps, and then the losing team gets to pick from whatever's left. Then going into the second week, we'll have the second place team playing whoever won the previous week's matches. That will be a best of 5, and the same thing for the finals, also a best of 5. Also, before the finals, we'll have the results of the awards show. We'll have the awards show being, that'll be the pregame, basically, before the finals. We've got 2 people from each team that are going to be voting on all kinds of categories, like MVP, best tank, best support, stuff like that. And then some more fun stuff like, biggest disappointment, best team name, play of the season, cool stuff like that. Yeah, so that's what we've got coming up for the next 3 weeks for the rest of the season. So good luck tonight, everybody, and see y'all in the finals.
Stay bad. With that, shall we roll the plays of the game?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get into that and then get into our first match. Good luck tonight, guys.
Good luck, everyone.
And play of the game going to be Josh Danko coming up huge on this Diva ult. These are the picks you draft Josh Danko for. Look at that. Tosses it in. They didn't even need the hammer down there.
No one to just... They just didn't even know how to scatter. They didn't even see where it was coming from.
Game here, of course, it's going to be Josh Danko. You were there, I were there. I screamed. They took the point because 30 stepped off. And then, for good measure, add some insult to injury. Woo. Team. And play of the game gonna be Ninja Plez. One of these big Genji ults. There were a lot of big ults in this game here. But it was going to be the pillow fucking. Is this drop the Q, 1 slice, 2 kills, tear through Jeff from the Overwatch team, finish them all.
And for Tide Pod, but we'll first talk about the play of the game here for No Wonder on Tracer. We've seen this guy on the camera before. Takes out a controlling Junkrat and some nice solid tracking. Ball spawn in the back, takes out Ball Sexy. Competitive. TPC, I thought putting up a good fight, but I can vault a different story. Heron 911, call the police, call your mom. Everyone's dying.
Yeah, this fight was just such a disaster for TPC. Jim not even close on the same page as his team there.
Into an unbeatable easy clap at the end here on Ilios. UTAC with the fabulous selfie.
This was fantastic.
Yeah, this is probably just another textbook Diva bomb. Let's see how this one plays out. Yep.
Wait for them to come into committing in the open, shoot it up in the air.
Then Spagooter.
Gemeinsam kämpfen wir. Nerf this.
Keeping them and kill 2 people, and then you did some cool stuff. Good job! Woo! He probably got played the game. No, he didn't.
No,
Valve
huge.
knocked off the world. He literally went like, I'm a pissed off monkey. I'm gonna swing and get 1 person off the edge, 2 people off the edge.
This is
3,
huge.
4,
That's
5.
actually 5. That was actually 5. It's not the time, it's Thor's hog. Get the play.
Get in the play. What you do, buddy? You busted out the crank, and you're shooting some people in the sky. Is that a... Oh my god, you interrupted the latter half of trees.
Donkey Kong is the leader of the bunch. You know him well. He's finally back to kick some tail. His coconut gun can fire in spurts. If you shoot, yup, it's gonna hurt. He's bigger, faster, and stronger too. He's the first member of the TK crew. TK, Donkey Kong, TK.
have to
is
step
here.
up. It could happen.
He has no style, has no grace. This car has a funny face. He can handstand when he needs to and stretch his arms out just for you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Batty Overwatch League. Week 10 just about to begin here. I'm AJ0, joined with Thrifty Senpai for a gigantic match tonight between Mercy Nerf Me Daddy and the Tide Pod Challengers. And Tim, I'm very excited to cast this match. This will literally determine which of these teams gets the third seed, as both of these teams are currently tied 13, 12, and 2.
Yeah, no, it's a real exciting week here. Every single match has playoff implications or possibly lack thereof. So we're starting off strong with a really good matchup, and we've seen these teams have some pretty
Microphone
interesting
activated.
matches.
Microphone muted.
Yeah.
Last time went over to the Tide Pods, right?
I should have looked that up, but it's week
Actually,
10.
no. I
I'm
think
not
it was
on my
Mercy
game
Nerf Me.
anymore.
Yeah.
But speaking of it, going to Mercy Nerf Me, they've got to feel good going into this one, as for what feels like the third week in a row, we're seeing the Tide Pod Challengers at least starting out with a substitute player. Tonight, it is Jim not in the lineup. So once again, that Crystallize and Evelite duo getting a few reps in here. And
yeah, but we've seen them be successful without it, though. Like, this is a team that seems to have, like, sure, they have a bench, but they've utilized everyone to, like, good effect, and they've won plenty of games.
They have, but Jim is definitely one player I'm maybe most concerned about seeing not on that roster. He's really been kind of a stable force that the team's been able to play around, so we'll see how they adapt. There's been no hesitation to swap roles up depending on who is in the lineup, so I would not be surprised if these guys are going to get a bit inventive.
Yeah,
So-
I imagine we'll see Sexy and Batmel on the tanks here, but I could be proven wrong, as we already see some different locks going over.
Yeah, but maybe while we have a chance to focus on the defense here, as Blizzard World, this is, to my knowledge, the first competitive Overwatch game played on Blizzard World. Obviously has not been enabled in the Overwatch League yet. I believe that'll be a Stage 3 thing.
Yeah, I am very excited to go for it. It has been a fun map to play on in the few times I have had a chance to do so, and I'm very excited to see how these teams decide to tackle the offense and defense of these points.
Yeah, and it's looking like Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. They're content to hold up here on the Griffin Railway. Good old-fashioned Orisa Soldier combo. And they're going to let Ninja Blood just go in there and do his thing as Tracer. Nothing too crazy coming out of them. Meanwhile, on the offense, we've got Avalite and Sexy on the DPS. Genji Soldier coming in. Anna, Moira going to be their healers with the dive tanks. So let's see. It looks like they are all going low through Lost Vikings, and they're going to kind of force Ninja Plez out of there. So they're just now about to go face-to-face with Sarissa Shield, but the team has already dropped off. They are backing off towards the point. They are content to hold up near this shipyard.
Yeah, holding high here gives a good vantage point. See a hook coming out, not going to find much, but they are able to get a lot of things. Everyone's coming in though, very aggressively diving onto the point. We see no contest early on. We're going to see a very quick point over, regardless of how this fight goes out.
Yeah, no contest. The tanks have just now stepped on, but if they even step off, that's going to be 2 ticks already for the challengers, as they are getting pick after pick. Both the healers down for MNMD here. Looking good for the offense. They've lost ball Sexy, but that shouldn't matter. They are at a major man advantage. Now it's just Ninja Plez trying to buy time, but he's not buying time on the point, and that's a point secured on the first fight. They're going to try to chase down Ninja Plez, but he should be able to trace out of that one, and he will.
My ultimate is
Yeah,
charging.
really strong start for the Tide Pod challengers here. Rolling up, taking a little bit of slow start, nice and easy, get out of their bearings, and just dove onto them.
Yeah, disaster from Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. Can't say too much tactically. You know, you want to go, oh, but don't have time. Ninja Plez jumping in. It's only a poke bomb onto a tank, though.
Yeah, there was a lot of targets there. I'm sure he's a little upset that out of all the ones that did stick onto was that beefy Winston. And he's going to find himself on the odd end of his couple shoulder shots there.
Alright, it looked like once again we've got the dive going up. Diva Bomb going in. Batmel gonna find 2 with that Diva Bomb. Ryzak's popping the Transcendence to try to solve things out, but his team already at a big disadvantage. They have traded for Evolite though. We may have no video on stream.
Oh.
But I also don't know if they've started playing yet. Hopefully that's the case.
Yeah.
I just got never mind, LOL. So we're gonna keep casting. We'll let them figure this out. But we do have Tide Pod Challengers once again pushing pretty aggressively here, and they're very close to the point. But this is a really hard point to catch. This is almost like a 2 CP point. But now Ball is Sexy going for attack visor of his own. He's putting some damage out. 30 is already down for MNMZ, and they don't have much ground to give here. This attack visor not finding a single thing really.
That is very rough. That was a nano visor, no less. But it looks like it's not gonna matter, as the rest of the Tide Pod Challengers aren't able. Wait, no. Mercy Derby Daddy had.
Yeah, Tide Pod just kind of forced Mercy Derby Daddy off the point there. There has just been no point control out of MNMD through these 2 points. They're giving up ground for free, and it's unlucky.
Unlucky is one way to say it. Painful is another one. But it's not looking off to a great start for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy.
No, it is not. Now they have 5 minutes to hold a very difficult point. This is a very flank-friendly point, as there are a lot of ways to get behind the defending team. So maybe once ults come up, watch Revelite or Batman to make a big clip. But T-Mick gets hooked early, and now Splinter's dropping the hammer. Gonna have a chance to get some damage out, as there's a lot of picks finally coming through from Mercy Nerf Me Daddy.
Ooh. Yeah, they finally won their fight, and they won it hard. And the clean 6-0 it looking like, if they pick up hook or set. Yeah, there we go. Getting the late stagger on the Monkey Man. But Tide Pod Challengers have a very solid amount of time to finish this up. 4 minutes is a long time to hold this last point.
Yeah, and they are already sitting on 3 ults. And I mean, ult economy is fairly even with both teams on 3 ults, but that's probably an alright advantage for the offense. There's a lot of ways to get creative with this D-Vault, so that's going to be the one I'm watching, but speaking of the devil, Batmel gets hooked, but no real damage going out there, as 30 is kind of uncontested up on this high ground right now, but they're going to contest them with the Winston ultimate. Now Cruz has come off the Valkyrie, 30 looking for a Deadeye, but it gets reflected back in his own face. Now Evolite's taken, that is all clear to go in. Ninja Plus has been res, but this is still one-man advantage in favor of the offense. Make that more, as they're finding a few more picks here. Splinter and Ryzak both go down. A nice Dragon Blade out of Evolite. Cruisemaster finally down as well, so this cart is finally going to start moving forward. But 30 has swapped over to that Tracer. He found Evolite And now can Ninja Plus find much? No, he finds nothing. The Sleek Dart gets the killing blow on the ulting pair. Now both DPS are down for Mercenary Spaghetti again. As Spoopy Koopa trying to buy time on this card. Him and Splinter, very tanky, lots of blow through. They're buying good time. Ryzak with the sound barrier, buying good time. They killed Crystallizes hand. Now Splinter's got the hammer. This card hasn't moved in a few moments. And this is maybe being stabilized by the defense as they're pushing TPC back. Splinter going a little deep, gonna die during this chase, but this is looking like a successful pushback. Especially with 30 getting this kill onto Sexy.
It was not looking good there for a bit, but Mercenary Daddy holding strong, only giving up a little bit of distance once again on this last point.
Yeah, but that took everything out of the economy for Mercenary Daddy. They've got a Pulse Bomb available, but they are not even close to anything else. Meanwhile, Tide Pod Challengers sitting on 4 with the Monkey at 80. 30 gonna be looking for something else. Just as Splinter goes diving in. They are not content to wait this one around on the defense. Ball's actually gonna get the nanovisor. He finds 30 right away. Now High Noon coming out in Ninja Plays, but it's gonna be blocked. Some good damage coming out of this nanovisor. They're forcing the defense back yet again. And now Batmal's gonna drop the basic nerf on top of the cart. Does not find anyone, but it won't matter with Ball Sexy wiping his ass with the enemy team here. Splinter's now trying to solo contest just a few meters from the point. Ryzak coming out on the Lucio trying to do the same. And 30 is going to be able to touch on the Tracer. 30, don't make a repeat of last week. Stay on that cart. Cruise Master's down. 30 still buying time, but he has bought enough time to get teammates out there. Don't know if it's going to matter though. There's still a huge man advantage for the offense.
Yeah, there's still 6 men for the Tide Pod Challenge. There's going on this point, but oh, Ball is actually a big rocket against Cruz. Reinhardt's going to go down as well. Cruz is not going to be able to get there in time.
And a really clean offense out of Tide Pod Challengers.
Yeah.
And I can't speak to how well any of these other teams know this map, but assuming most of the teams know the Blizzard World about as well as my team does, I would expect these maps to be a little more defense-sided than a normal map is. So props to TPC there. I think they played pretty well. They could be happy pushing all through with time remaining.
Oh yeah, no doubt at all. Little rough. Mercenary Daddy finally found some real good fitting on that last point, but it just was not enough. They rolled those first 2 points so hard that they had more than enough time to make sure that they could cap with time to spare. But now it's Mercy Nerf Me's Daddy's time for offense. I think they're going to see about the same kind of strategy out of both these teams for the first 2 holds, or might see a little something different. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll see. We're seeing a 3 tank being hovered for now out of Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. I wouldn't be surprised to see that come through, but we've got a moment till it does. Meanwhile, on the defense, pretty similar comp coming out here. Not seeing. Yeah. I guess this one's a bit more long range than the comp we saw out of MNMD's defense. They've got the Zenyatta as well, which the Zenyatta Soldier combo has a lot of options for just. There's so many long sightways on this first points if you want to hold a bit further forward than Mercy Nerf Me Daddy did.
Yeah, we're seeing a very similar comp to what they used the entire time on offense. The only difference is crystallized on that Mercy as opposed to the Ana. One of those, if it's not broke, well, we don't know to fix it.
Defend objective A.
Mercy Nerf Me Daddy waiting, seeing no time though as they run straight up and heading off to Griffins.
Yeah, gonna go for the Griffin drop here, so they are gonna be getting up, securing this high ground. They are going for the full-on loop around. Oh, Tide Pod Challengers do not look ready for this, and here it comes. Gonna force everyone right off of this high ground. And now the high ground has been secured by the offense. This is awkward.
Backwards.
This is not how my quick play goes, Thrifty, but Spooky Koopa has already lost his mech. T-Mech has lost his life, though, as neither of these divas have a mech. And already, point being ticked up, just like it was the other way around. This is going really well for the offense. Sexy and Hooker Sets both going down.
That was a weird point, if I had to say anything. We see the defense playing offense as they try to recap the point from the offensive team off of a really nice sneak around from behind.
Yeah, Tide Pod Challenges just were not able to sniff that one out. So we've got TPC now getting their reset. Gonna try to, I assume, go for some high ground on this pylon terrace as everyone's kind of fighting over here on the side staircase. Ninja Plez forcing everyone back by himself, really, as there's a lot of ground being gained by the offense here. They've had 3 on the cart this whole time. They're in a good spot as Splinter chucks a fire strike right into the ground there. I don't think it's going to matter. Tide Pod Challengers just finally in a position to contest this. We'll see if they're going to. They got to contest this eventually. And yep, now there we go, going for it. Their tanks diving in. They've already found a Ryzak, but they lost their own Winston in the process. Reaper ult comes out at 30, and that's going to do a lot of damage. Sexy's trying to equalize things with attack visor, but it's hard to imagine he's going to find more than the Cruise here. But 30 has gone down as well. I don't know if it's going to matter. This is still a man advantage for the offenses. They're trying to take out Evolite on this card. He's stalling for some time here, but that's his Wraith down, and now that's his life down.
Yeah, but he bought a lot of time. The rest of his team is just about up and ready to contest this card again. This walk back is just such a short distance to this last point. But a huge hammer down on line 3.
Yeah, then Batmel's back. Gonna kill Cruise Master here. This is looking all right for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. As 30 looking for picks on the side of this fight as the Tracer. Evolite's trying to get something going as the sweep, but he has to Wraith defensively again. Now an offensive Diva Mech coming out of Spoopy Koopa, going to find 4. Just hook resets alive here, and that won't be for long. And that's going to be a 0.2 cap in a very similar amount of time as it was in the first rounds.
Maybe we had this point all backwards. It's all offense the first 2, and then it's defense the third one.
Yeah, this is really awkward. It's looking like Tide Pod Challengers don't know how to get out of this spawn, as they spawned in a very dangerous territory. Mercy Derby Daddy find a few extra picks here. And it looks like they are content to keep pushing this one forward. Charging forward, Splinter's got the hammer. He's got everyone that is currently alive, and they're all going down. This stagger going to end up being huge for Tide Pod Challengers.
So this is not looking good. Every bit that they got pushed hard, they are pushing back harder.
Yeah, 30's up there trying to keep people pinned inside their spawn, and that has got this cart almost all the way to the points. It is now just one fight away from being a victory for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy here, as we've got the whole hog coming out of the offense. The May has already been brought in out of bat now. Evolite looking for a Death Blossom on the cart. He finds both of the healers, but a lot of picks are being traded both ways as this Nano Roadhog is coming out. But it might not be enough. Tide Pod Challengers lose everyone. And Mercy Nerf Me Daddy with the team kill push this 2.5 minutes faster.
That was dominant, to say the least. Holy crap.
Yeah, holy crap indeed. I hope to see something a little more creative out of the defenses on these two teams now that they've each had a chance to play both sides. These early points, there was not a whole lot of creativity to the way they were holding.
No, and I mean, something's got to change, right? Like, neither of those teams had the cart stopped at all in those first 2 points, really. So, sure, you have an extra 2.5 minutes, but that doesn't really matter if you both just walk it all the way towards the end.
Attackers incoming in.
I'd be feeling very good, though, if I was on Mercy Nerf Me Daddy right now. 2.5 extra minutes is a lot of room to work with.
Yeah, so looking at how things changing up here, we've got Ninja Plus going over to the Junkrat on defense. Not going to be trying that Tracer again. With the way a lot of teams push through Lost Vikings, this is a nice choke to shoot some junk into. So we'll see if he's able to have some success there. Otherwise, just really swapping that Rhine out in Orisa into the Reinhardt is Splinter. But they're still going for this kind of high hold up by the Griffin tracks. But it's not for long. They're going to just scout this one out, put a little poke in, and then all the way back to hold high on the points. So
and once again, we see Mercy Nerf Me Daddy transitioning to this high ground hold.
Oh, but this time they're gonna lose. Tide Pod Challenge is gonna lose one of their tanks on the entry here. It's a 5 versus 5 now. Ninja Plus could be a costly death. I don't know if Cruz is going to be able to get this res. He's trying for it. He does find the res during the fight, so this is man advantage for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. And this is looking like the makings of our first successful defensive hold of the night.
And what a time to have it.
Oh, and Batmel gets staggered pretty late too, so this is going to be an awkward entry coming out of the Tide Pod challenges.
Yep, Winston is going to have to, Hookers is going to have to jump in to buy time for the rest of his team to get here. As what could very much be the deciding fight of this round and match.
Here we go. Tide Pod coming in. They've got some players pretty far back. Now BOL is Sexy going and looking for some damage on this flank, but his team has already lost 2. They haven't gained much ground. As now Ninja Plus chucking out tires. This could be the defense winning, and it's going to be. Puts up to 30, mopping things up with Attack Visor. We get a team kill. And now Tide Pod challengers are just playing for a very, very hard draw.
Scores 3-3. Switching sides.
Mercy Nerf Me Daddy making great mid-match adjustments. I mean, 350. That is 10 seconds less than what you normally get to work with for the first point.
Yeah, Mercy Nerf Me Daddy has to be feeling very, very good about this. I don't expect we're going to see that same push coming out of them, looping behind from the second point's direction.
Yeah, I would doubt it. I do not expect to see that, but who knows? Maybe maybe they try to get and see if they'll get cheeky. But if I was Tide Pod, I'd definitely be, after that, I'd be watching for it. I would mix it up at least somewhat to see that coming.
So looking at the picks here, we've got Evelite's going to be swapping over to the tank here, so he's playing Diva to go with Batmel's Orisa. We've got Sexy and Hook on the Soldier Junkrat combo. And then Anna Mercy, so some heavy, heavy heals coming out of this TPC lineup. But they are content to keep holding high on this point here. Meanwhile, it's going to be that same 3-tank composition coming out of MNMD. They've got just shy of 4 minutes here, only have to see this to the first tick. And Mercy Nerf Me Daddy at least starting things the same, going up the Griffith tracks. You've got to be kidding me. They are going to do the same exact push, aren't they?
Hey, if it worked last time, it can work again.
Yeah, there is a Junkrat junk in that direction though, so they at least know this is coming, but this is still 3 tanks trying to run into this Junkrats. We'll see what can happen. They've already lost Cruise Master on the entry, but Tide Pod challengers have to get out this point. They've given out most of this point for free. Now, Quick Resets is down, but Mercy Nerf Me Daddy are losing a lot on this entry. 2 of their tanks and a Diva mech down, so they don't have any of their tankiness. They are just waiting on this Ryzak stagger here before finally getting him. They did lose Crystallizing Bros, actually 30, kind of hiding out over here by Snacks Ramas, and he's just now being found out, so it was more productive defense than round 1.
Yeah, no, 2 successful holds in a row. Dare I say it, we might have figured Blizzard World out. But there'll have to be at least 2 or 3 more holds of that caliber to guarantee the draw here for. And once again, this seems to be. Oh no, we're dropping out the front door this time, right onto the point.
Yeah, here comes 30, the last one on this point. He is now on the Tracer. The BOL Sexy high ground, going for the Attack Visor. This might be the big ult the TPC need. But no, it's mostly going to be eking up. BOL Sexy does not find any kills there. Is now the tanks for the Tide Pod Challengers just starting to get their picks. That's 3 picks in favor at TPC. Looking like a good hold here as they're going to stagger Spoopy Koopa kind of late here. And there we go. Just chasing down Ninja Plez to end things. But they did lose Evelite's mech here. He's going to have to play pretty aggressively to try to get this one back, or he might be going into this next fight without a mech available. So this could be a chance for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy to go pretty hard. They don't have the biggest ults available, but they're closing in on a lot of their other ones.
Yep. But this run might be a staggered. Hooker says pulling out the tire, trying to see if he can end this run early as we see all of Mercenary Freddy hitting back. The tire's going to run on in though, and it is going to find Cruise Master.
That's big. That'll buy Evelyn enough time to get back into his Diva mech as he is hitting 80% right now.
My ultimate is charging.
I was like, that's really, really big. Like, that gets Evelyn back into Diva mech. That also gives them enough time that this could possibly be the last fight. Cruz is going to take a couple seconds to get here, and if this fight goes long, that will be it.
So, here we go. Mercy Nerf Me Daddy pushing their way in. They get the hook and a ball of sexy, but the Arista Shield's going to be enough to save him there. Full ball coming out. Now we see an offensive Diva Bomb coming in deep, finds T-Nick. There's a res coming out of Cruz Master. He brings Splinter back up. Batmel is currently the only one on this point, as this is looking good for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. Time Punch Owners have to be careful to hold on to this point. There's another Diva Bomb dropping on the point. This one does not find anyone, as everyone is just kind of blinking in and around this point right now. Cruz Master's Valkyrie just now wearing off is a nano boost going on to Evelite. He is the last man standing here, trying to buy time for his team. Ball Sexy sprinting on in, but he is going into no man's land right now. This point is only a few steps away, and there it is, captured by Mercy Nerf Me Daddy, and they are going to win Blizzard World.
Yep, Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. One win away from guaranteeing that third speed. But for right now, play of the game. Swoopy Koopa on that Diva.
Yeah, this was just perfect. Just this wide open second point going into Diablo lands. Chucks that bomb in. Easy 4K. So that is going to do it for Blizzard World. We are heading over to Junkertown next. So once again, Top Punch Challengers, they are now down one map in their race for this third seed. So to secure the third seed, they do need to either win out or get into a tiebreaker scenario. But we're not gonna go breaking down the tiebreaker stuff just yet.
Yeah, we will cross that bridge when we have to, if we have to. And here's hoping we don't have to.
Alright, looks like we just had a moment to troubleshoot some microphone issues, but here we go, heading into Junkertown for game 2 of this match. Gonna have Mercy Nerf Me Daddy on the defense, Tide Pod Challengers on the offense to start things up here. As this is a map, I'm really interested to see how this is going to play out. Some of you may remember from much earlier in the season, the last time Mercy Nerf Me Daddy played this map, it was pretty objectively a disaster. It was a part of that week where Jeff and the Overwatch team got the sole win. We saw a Splinter Bastion comp coming out on attack that was honestly just a train wreck where MNMD weren't even able to push to the first point here on Junkertown. I'm expecting to see something a little bit different coming out of them today. But so far, things fairly standard. And there we go, the last pick coming through. Ninja Plez going to pick Widowmaker to round out this composition. And that does not surprise me. This is a Junkertown staple here. So we got Widow Soldier going to be the DPS with that Orisa Hog combo and some of their fairly usual supports. And now on the offense, they have a bit of an awkward Bastion comp coming out. I guess I'm just not... We don't normally see the Bastion with the Genji that often, but we've seen some similar stuff. We'll see if they stick with that, but this close, I got a feeling they will, so... They will have the opportunity to bust through this Orisa and keep on pushing if they can have a good first fight. So we will see here as they are coming on out. Genji to draw the pressure off the Bastion. Bastion to force his way through everything. Mercy Derpy Daddy currently set up on top of this high bridge. Ninja Plez going for a flank. You know, he's getting knocked the hell out of there. As here we go. They do get the pull on the Bastion off the couch. So they buy themselves a moment here. But Ninja Plez already finds his first snipe of the match. T-Mic is down. Gonna pull the res cooldown out of Crystallize. And actually, Hook resets, gets the pick on Ninja Plez. This is big. Now Tide Pod Challengers should be able to push the report. Avalite setting up behind the cart a bit. He's putting some good damage on. Splinter is having a hard time holding into this, and he finally is going to go down. This will buy Avalite a chance to get back up onto this cart. As Boss actually zoning forward a bit. Mercy Nerfy Daddy holding this one a bit further back towards the point, but they give up a pick onto Spoopy Koopa. Really inopportune time there. Is Ninja Plez still trying to find a chance out one of these windows, but now Cruisemaster is down as well. And essentially off of one team fight in a series of picks, this is going to be point one, going over to Tide Pod Challenges.
Yeah, Tide Pod Challenges, strong work there. Hook Reset's doing a lot of work on that Genji. A little bit of Bastion mowing down as well. Makes for a pretty clean first point cap.
Yeah, and maybe this is all right for Tide Pod Challenges. They did not get another pick on a Ninja Plez. They are probably pretty happy to see him on the Widowmaker right now, as this is not a great position to be a Widowmaker in.
No, lots of more of a corner play here than the straight narrow lines we see at the first point.
Yeah, but the dive tanks come through, they lose Splinter, but Spoopy is able to get the pick onto the Bastion. Now Hook Reset's going forward with the Dragon Blade. He's already found the 30. Avalite has been rezzed as well during the chaos here. So Bastion back in action. There are no heals available for MNMD. They're demecking Spoopy. They are killing Spoopy. And I don't think the Mercy Nerfy Daddy are going to get here in time. This has been a very, very fast speed run of the first 2 points of Junkertown.
Yeah, I'm now wondering if we're just going to see a repeat of last match where we just see both these teams first time just run through the other one. This Bastion is relentless.
Yeah, it's looking like we're not going to see Mercy Nerfy Daddy go for the very, very deep hold that is somewhat common on Junkertown. They're instead going to hold back in the vent. Maybe the smart play into this Bastion here. We will see. Ninja Plez, by the way, has swapped over to a McCree, so it's a double hit scan coming out of the defense right now as they are looking for damage onto this Bastion. They've tried to suck him off the cover. Here we go. The tank's coming in. 30 with the Attack Visor. Avalite is down and probably not going to be reasonable. 30 putting on some good damage here. He's found 2 with the Attack Visor. They've lost Ninja Plez in the process, but they have established control on this cart. Now Crystallize going down as well, just T-Mic kind of stalling around. Hook Resets is up in the high ground, going to have to try to find a way to retreat out of this one. He's currently hiding up there, no ult available or anything, so he's just going to look for a flank play whenever the next fight breaks out. As now we see Mercy Nerfy Daddy going for one of those deeper holds that you see fairly often on Junkertown here. Still no one aware of Hook Resets. Now he's tossing shurikens out. Gonna get stunned by Ninja Plez, looking for the duel. He's got to end up playing this one pretty far back, but he's pulled Crusher away from the card in the process. Now Sexy with the whole log coming forward. Ninja Plez does not find anything with that high noon. His Bastion is set up pretty deep, clearing things out for his team. We're currently at a 2-man advantage here. Cart moving forward again there, getting through this first bend. Splinter is up on that high ground. A lonely little Orisa not going to accomplish much up there by himself with no one to shield for. And now Hook Resets. Popping the Dragon Blade. He's found Splinter. Cruisemaster goes down as well. This is looking good for the challengers.
The Genji Bastion combo being way more effective than we would have ever guessed here. As there's no one onto the cart.
Yeah, that was. They just got the picks there. I'm not sure anyone was really able to get on.
No.
Mercy Nerfy Daddy
Score
surprised.
0-3. Switching sides.
And so 3:54 on the clock, a very successful push out of the Tide Pod challengers as Mercy Nerfy Daddy just could not answer the Bastion and the Genji simultaneously there.
Yeah, a potent combination apparently. One that was very, very difficult for them to deal with, and somehow we see a push that was faster than either of our Blizzard World pushes.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens here on defense. I don't expect TPC to have anything as inventive up their sleeve here, as you'd expect something a bit more standard on the defense here. But Hokuset's going to be hovering that Sombra for now. It looks like it's coming out of base, so this could be a pretty solid pick here. There's some nice ways for Sombra to kind of sneak around here on this first point, and obviously Sombra have been pretty good since her buffs. Not a whole lot of people in the league have been playing her, but we have seen hook resets on it occasionally. So it's going to be a Sombra Junkrat comp coming out here on the defense.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
I'm ready to kill.
And I like this out of the defense. They are guessing the Bastion, currently guessing successfully, between the hack to force Bastion out of turret and then just the Junkrat that can rain easy damage onto the cart. They are going to have... It's a much better answer to a Bastion than a Widowmaker Soldier comp.
Yeah, no. Much more reasonable to deal with the Bastion with those. Some great foresight there.
Yeah, they are playing this one smart. They're playing low, not giving themselves up any easy sight lines from Ninja Pledge, who is now establishing up on the high ground, but they do get the hook on the ball 6, and they don't secure the kill. Now here comes the slurp. Bastion out of 30 is... 30's... He's going up high onto the bridge! They've already lost Cruise Master, but I don't know if that matters. Here comes the suck out of Splitter. Damage rain down, but they do not secure the kills here. This is going all right for the defense as 30 eventually has to get on this cap, but now Hook resets is down, Evelite loses a mech, and now this could be the play that the offense is looking for. 30 finally dropping onto the low ground, and he's going to mow through what remains of the top bar challengers. He has now jumped his way onto the cart, finishing this fight off in a very successful first fight for Mercy Nerfy Daddy.
They had the foresight to prepare for the Bastion, but it just didn't work out the way they wanted it to.
Guess we'll see if they can avoid giving up the picks on the entry here. Ninja Plez does pop the infra sight, so this is going to be a very difficult entry for the Tide Pod challenges. Will they get out on this card in time? I don't think they're going to try to. No, they are backing off now, so first point going over to Mercy Nerfy Daddy, as they are currently sitting on a Bastion ult, so this will be good going into street space here. Keep an eye out for Sombra's EMP. This could be a very major play here. I want to see who resets this one preemptively. Oh, but Ninja Plez gets picked. T-Mic with the killing blow there. Now watch out, Hook resets going and drops the EMP nice and aggressively. Tide Pod challengers playing this one forward. They have so far traded 1-for-1 here, as this is maybe going alright for Mercy Nerfy Daddy. They've waited out the EMP, and now here comes the configuration tank. 30 going forward, looking for picks, chucking some damage out. This 30 playing this one very, very aggressively. Does not need to be on that cart. He's going to go down in the process, but Cruz, I don't know if he has the res available. He's not playing around 30, so I'm thinking he does not. The 30 is going to respawn here. Maybe there's going to be a swap. And yeah, 30 is swapping over to the Soldier 76. As Sexy's going to get picked pretty late. Hook resets, kind of giving up his life for free there as well. So this is another point taken with essentially only one fight. And Mercy Nerfy Daddy are in as good of a position as TPC were.
Yeah, it is strange thing to see. We're going to see this tire run out, try and slow down this push. See if we can find anything as it's running in.
Yeah, he finds Cruise Master there, so that could be an opportunity for the TPC to push their line forward here. Batmel slowly working her way up on the Orisa, but Ninja Plez pretty uncontested right now, up in the skies, as Avalite wants to go put a stop to that. He's going in pretty aggressively himself, taking some damage, and now he's going to end up losing the mech. No, he's dropping the mech bomb, but honestly, that was pretty awful. There was really no chance of that catching anyone, as Spoopy with a nice hook onto Crystallize. This is going to keep pushing forward on a Mercy Nerf. 30 is coming up on this tag visor as Ninja Plez drops the barrage, finds 2. This is looking very good for Mercy Nerfy Daddy, but they do have to get back out of that cart. They've given up the cart to find the picks. As Ninja Plez playing this deep, close to the enemy spawn here, so is 30. 30 does have the tack available.
Yeah, one thing that Type of Challenge has to be fortunate enough about is that there's a lot of time where there was 1 and 2 men on the cart only. Gives them enough time to get set back up for one last fight to try and hold.
And now Ryzak with the Transcendence is going to be making sure his team has a clean entry. And now 30 from the flank, going for the attack visor, but he ends up getting chunked out fast. 30 and Ryzak are both down, only Crystallized out for the defenses. Here comes the High Noon. Auto hook resets, does not find anyone. Cruise Master and Spoopy Kubo going down. This is looking like it could be a defensive hold.
Yeah, just the combination of just not having... There was a lot of times there where there's only 1 or 2 people on that cart on that last push, and it just slowed the cart down just enough. It gave all of the Typod challengers more than enough time to get reset up and mount one final defense to hold them off. But they still have a long ways to go at that final push.
Ninja Plez has swapped over to the Genji, so it looks like Cookie says though read that he's already swapped off from McCree back to the Junkrats. But they've at least gotten Farah out of the skies here. Is now 30 also on the Junkrat himself. He's raining damage up from this high ground here. Now here we go. The dive tank's going in. Batmel is already down for the defense. Avalite chucking a Diva Bomb in pretty deep, and then somehow going to find Cruise Master, just not paying enough attention there. This is looking all right for the defense, but still a fairly close fight. Not a lot of grounds to spare here, as people are being forced off of this cart. This cart is pushing forward. Someone's got to go jump on, and there we go. Crystallize for the first one to touch there. As the defense now starting to mop this fight up there, forcing MNMD back here. There's going to be another fight won out of the Tide Pod Challengers.
My ultimate is
Gonna get a late stagger onto 30 here, cleaning things up.
My ultimate is almost ready.
So looking at ult economy here, we've got a lot of ults coming up here. Few over 80, 30 with the Riptire. Gonna be a big one I'm watching for. And then obviously Ninja Plez with the Dragon Blade. And here we go. Both Riptires being traded. And Hooky Sets is gonna tire the tire there. That's not something you see every day. Is Ninja Plez coming down the flank? He is currently purple. Does not find any kills here. As now the tag guys are coming out of ball section. This is looking like another good fight from the defense. As Hoopy Koopa dropping the Diva Bomb pretty aggressively. Does not find anyone there. Now it's just 30 going down. He's trying to retreat out of this one, but goes down up in the air. And now we see Ninja Plez swapping back to that Pharah yet again.
30 switching over to that Tracer, seeing if these swaps can get them this last point and secure themselves the 3rd place seed in playoffs.
Yeah, looking at 2-fight territory. As we do see 30 on this Tracer coming around on the flank. He's got access to T-Mix backside, but he's not been able to find the kill just yet. But Ninja Plez getting some nice damage out in the air. As the defense chucking forward, Diva Bomb finds Ninja Plez out of the air. Splinter's down as well. Spoopy has been D-Mech. Another good fight for the defense. As 30's kind of run around, he's now going down as himself. It's just the healers here. As Cruise Master going to be the last one staggered. Mercy Nerfy Daddy will have plenty of time to set up for this final fight. As we are going to be going into a fight with really no ults of notes available.
30 seconds remaining.
Don't let up. It's
Yeah,
almost
only
over.
Batmel having her all available.
Let's get you back out there.
Alright, so here we go. Fast push coming forward. As Ball Sexy was getting chunked out a bit there early. Plus trying to find some picks out of the air. 30 does find that pick on a ball sexy. Now Ninja Plus gonna have some pretty free reign up in the sky. Batmel is down as well. This is finally going good for Mercy Nerfy Day. They take out both the healers, they've taken out the DPS. They are in overtime, but they have a big man advantage. Evelite on that D.Va is buying some time, but it might not be enough. Some stall picks coming out of the defense. Ball sexy is gonna try to touch on this Tracer. Already has to pop his recall. Just doing whatever he can to buy time. He has died, but he has gotten his May onto the card. But Ninja Plez has the barrage. He finds two before being hungry on the sky. Can this May stall against an entire team? I'm thinking not. But Batmel buying the time here. Evelite now back on the cart. He's gonna get the D.Va ult right on top of the cart, but he has to step off in the process. Sorry, he's lost his life in the process as the offense now dropping a D.Va bomb of their own. Sexy trying to trace his way around this one. There are some pretty fast picks making it on this card, but everyone is just getting picked off one at a time here. It's a little too much damage coming out of Mercy Nerfy Daddy, but Hook resets, trying to find this big reflect. Cruise Master though with the Valkyrie, it's gonna be really hard for the Tide Pod challengers to reestablish on this cart. They currently have 2, make that 3, but every time they get a man out, they lose someone in the process. Now Cruise the Valkyrie has come to an end.
It keeps on going, but it is not looking good. T-Mac is the last one left on this cart, and he's going to go down.
And that's going to end it. Yeah, nice try, but not enough. We are going to round 3 here. A huge time make advantage for the Tide Pod challengers, but they still have to play this map out. But 5 minutes remaining. They've got to be feeling pretty good about their chances here. So we will see what they change up. Obviously, we're expecting Mercy Nerfy Daddy maybe to be a bit more equipped to handle the Bastion, but maybe that's what TPC want. They're not, and they're just not going to run the Bastion here. As it's looking like 30 does want to stick with this Bastion for this first point, so 30 Ninja Plez, they think these were the right picks, even though it wasn't a super successful... Or sorry, it was a very successful push. They got all the way to point 3 before they really started getting stalled out here. So they're going to start things off on the same note. But Tide Pod challengers predicting the Bastion, going pretty all out with the counter Bastion. They've got Genji and Junkrat coming through here.
Yeah, Bastion has been the defining pick for this first point at the very least.
Yeah, good old Junkertown.
Home of the pirate ship.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Here come. We've got Tide Pod challengers. They're going to be holding on the grounds. Kind of keeping an eye on their flank. Just chucking in some Junkrat bombs. Hoping to find some easy damage on this cart. His Ninja Plez going up. Looking for picks. So there's a nice suck coming through. Can the Bastion find anything? Oh, Ninja Plez has already found hook resets. Ball sexy down as well. There is no DPS available for TPC as they are running for their lives. But they need to just die and reset here. They've already lost everyone. As there we go, the staggered team kill coming out from Mercy Nerfy Daddy. Bastion, yet again, being successful.
I'll say, people busting out all the stops to try and put this Bastion down, but just none of them have been successful yet.
Yes, we'll see. Can Tide Pod challengers get out and contest this card? It's looking like a no, so none of these teams are ever getting a second contest on this first point of Junkertown. As there aren't really any swaps coming out of the defense here.
Oh. It is overtime hold. It is how far can we get in one push.
Big shot out of Ninja Plez there. He finds a pick out of hook resets yet again, so that's going to clear a lot of ground for this Bastion to keep working its way forward. 30 is coming in close to his first ult of their rounds. Gonna shred through that Orisa shield pretty fast here. 30 putting out some nice damage. Sight coming out of the offense here. As now it's looking like Tide Pod challengers are in position to finally go for the drop down. But Ninja Plez has already found a pick onto Evelite. It's baited a res out, but Cruise Master is down. This could be a chance for the Tide Pod challengers. 30 is down as well. This is maybe the fight that TPC needed. Spoopy Koopa looking for a big hole hog, but is now just some tanks available here. And they gotta be careful not to step off the cart, but they end up getting pushed off. And there we go, halfway through the streets phase. Tide Pod challengers have held this one.
Yeah, Yeah, now Mercy Nerfy Daddy
Switching sides.
have a long time to hold just that first point and a little bit of the streets.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something pretty drastically different here. They've got 5 minutes and they can lose, at best, 3 fights.
Yeah. Not where you want to be.
No, absolutely not. And we do see 30 starting things off on this May, so... I should have
dreams
known better.
crushed.
No, instead 30 going over to the Reaper, so it's going to be a Reaper Widowmaker composition coming out. 30 kind of predicting a tank-heavy lineup from TPC, which we've seen them do a lot of times. Only hovering 2 currently, but 30 in general has been pretty fire on this Reaper pick. So while Ninja Plezas distract them from one direction, 30 can be playing pretty aggressively forward. As MNMD are going for the very, very deep defense. This is a play I really like coming up next to the silo here. They're going to contest this Bastion the second he gets out the gate. Do not let the pirate ship assemble.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Here we go. Defense pushing forward. They get the hook, but they're not going to turn that into a pick. And now finally, Ball Sexy going down. Can they get onto this Bastion? Bastion just setting up in the middle of everything, hoping for the best. Evelite, I don't know if that was the best way to play that one out. The defense has lost Splinter in the process, but this is going to be a successful hold here for Mercy Nerfy Daddy. Will they force the Bastion to swap? No, Evelite's still on this Bastion. As Mercy Nerfy Daddy are falling back a bit. They're content with how they've started this one out is hook whips traded here. As hook resets on the schedule.
Assembled.
Yes, this is what they needed. Is now they're finding their picks. 30 Crew's already going down. I think we might finally see a second fight on this first point here, but Mercy Nerfy Daddy gotta be careful not to fight too deep here. They want to buy time for their teammates to get here, but now Splinter is content to get on this point. He's a flanking Rhine, but there was no ult available. That was atrocious decision making out of Splinter here. As now his team is falling back for their lives. I don't know if they're going to try to contest this one. Ninja Play's popping the Widow side, so they're playing this one out like they wanted to contest, but no one actually gets onto this cart. Mercy Nerfy Daddy just really playing this one out badly.
Yeah, now they're faced with a tough situation. 3.5 minutes. This card is not much farther to go. It is chugging along, and it has a fully set up Bastion.
Yeah, they're at a huge ult disadvantage. TPC currently sitting on 4 with the other 2 very close. As the game-defining fight about to be coming out, Splinter charges onto this cart once again pretty poorly. Goes down early. Ryzek does not drop the beat in time to save his Reinhardt. They had picked out Evelyn in the process though. Now Hook Reset's coming through with the Dragon Blade, looking for an opportunity to win this one for his team. But he is whipping all of his slices in there as this fight is getting kind of silly on this card. Now Crystallize popping the Valkyrie here. No, sorry, that's Cruisemaster popping the Valkyrie for the defense. Is it's looking like they found the picks they've needed to establish this card.
Yeah, it was not looking good there for them for a moment, but they managed to fish out a win there and make their ult economy somewhat better for them. They burnt out 2 ults from the enemy team. They themselves only used 1.
I am ready.
And this was the fights that Mercy Nerfy Daddy needed. So now they're playing this one nice and far forward. Going to try to get some good damage in this choke here. Buy space for their Widowmaker. Splinter's going to drop his hammer into an Orisa barrier. Splinter not on fire this match. Is now there have been 2 picks. Ryzek and Splinter both down for the defense. Evelite is in that configuration take with 30 with a nice pop. Gonna pull Crystallize out of this fight early. The Bastion being reassembled. Spoopy Koopa trying to find some damage here, but he only gets a few ticks of that whole hog out. 30 buying time on this Tracer, but finally goes down. Ninja Plus playing this one pretty far back. Just wants to maybe find a pick here, and he's gonna find Hook Reset. This could be a chance for his team. Ryzak on this cart, buying time for his teammates to get close. Doing a good job on this Lucio. No one can seem to find shots on this Lucio. Just now goes down to the Moira. Will anyone from Mercy Nerfy Daddy be able to touch the time? Ninja Plus trying to get there and drop down. Getting on the backside of this cart, and the time has been bought. Mercy Nerfy Daddy has got their teammates here, but will it be enough? They have lost 3 already, and that's going to be it. Ball of Sexy clears off that cart. Tide Pod Challengers take the win, and it's going to go to a Knights deciding Nepal for the third seed.
Play of the game.
Play of the game going to be Ball of Sexy here on the Soldier. Had a few really big ults, but this one right here on the 3rd points. Nice first kill with the rocket. Gonna, that was... I have no idea what happened there, but it was some damage, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. He dealt damage. They won the fight, so go get him, champ.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, they won that match, and it's going to stay all the way down to the wire. Best of 3 to settle who gets 3rd.
Alright, so here we go, folks. Map 3, Nepal. No chance for this to end with anything but a winner. And whoever wins here, skipping their way, just entirely skipping a best of 3 in the playoffs. Obviously, the fewer chances you have to get upset, the better. We'll see how these teams approach this. Gonna be a very different style of play than Blizzard World or Junkertown would enable. So we'll see. I'm expecting some heavy dive coming out, and that is currently what Mercy Nerf Me Daddy are hovering. Pretty stereotypical dive comp here with the tanks, with the Genji, with the Tracer.
Yeah. It is going to be exciting. I'm excited to see how this goes out. Totally different play style. And I mean, we've seen these teams, most of these fights have just been one team rolling all over the other, both those previous points, full out offense. So, be kind of more interested to see when it's more focused around a central objective.
Yeah, meanwhile, Tide Pod Challenge is going to be going for one of their kind of normal takes on what they do. So they've got some dive here, they've got Sexy with some maybe high ground control coming out of the Soldier, as both of these teams are going to be going up to the high ground. Lucio Speed Boost is going to get the Tide, or sorry, going to get Mercy Nerfy Daddy there first, as they're pushing this one straight forward. Going to try to force Tide Pod Challengers back into this side room here. Currently just a little bit of a poke war going on. Nothing too substantial. At this point, we're going to lock it 5, and now the dive coming forward on the Tide Pod Challengers. They're charging this one forward as Spoopy's mech going to be the first casualty of the fight. These teams committed to this fight first, point later. As Crewmaster goes down, but Ryzak has made his way to the point, splitting away from his team. And that could have been a costly mistake. There's now no heals available for Mercy Nerfy Daddy. 30 does find a pick on the bat now. As it's looking like Tide Pod Challengers, though, are going to control this point. And that's going to be at the first cap going over to TPC here.
He coming out strong on that first fight, establishing dominance.
Touch from afar.
I've seen
Really nice first fight out of TPC. They were content to just weather the storm there up on that high ground. And it's gotten the point control. Now they are playing very low, so they're giving the high ground up for free again. As the dive is just now coming forward out of Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. Cruz got a Genji on his ash right now. Pokeset's finds the pick. Pokeset's going for the first Dragon Blade. He's found the kill on a Cruise Master. Evolite with the Diva Bomb, getting Splinter as well. So this is looking good for TPC here as they're pushing this one forward. They find 30 in Ryzak. And that's going to be a clean fight win. Only one ult necessary there.
behind you.
Sorry, maybe that too. There was an Evolite Diva Bomb as well. But they're still in a very good spot on ult here. They've got the Nano Visor available. They've got the Monkey Ultimates for some good stalling. But obviously all of the ults coming out of Mercy Nerf Me Daddy here. As this is the fight they're going to be playing until when. And here we go. The Dragon Blade of their own. Ninja Blitz up on this high ground. He finds hook resets. Ball is sexy though with the Nano Visor. He finds 30. He finds Ninja Blitz. There's no DPS available for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. This could be what TPC needs to hold this point. Now Cruise Master's down as well. Monkeys are going ape shit on this point on top of each other as the Diva Bomb doesn't find anyone, but it might not have needed to. As actually, no, the fight is now starting to turn in favor of Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. Spawns are making their way to this fight. This is turning into a long fight. Point at 80, so this will be a last fight if Mercy Nerf Me Daddy are not able to win it. But both of the TPC's healers have gone down. As Mercy Nerf Me Daddy, get back on that point, my friends. Don't give them a chance to contest, but no, Evolite's not going to be able to get in there in time, and the point is going to flip here.
Yeah, better late than never. Mercy Nerf Me Daddy looking at probably having to run it back the whole 100 to 0 if they want to win this map.
Yeah, TPC doesn't have much going in the way of the ult economy right now, so MNMD feeling good about this right now.
No character switch ups either. They seem to be liking this comp. Oh, Crystallize's gonna go down though.
Now 30 wants to go for a backbreaker, does not find anything with the pulse bomb. As we've got just a bit of a poke off going. No real dive forward in this mana bench. And now, just as I say that, Splitter going in. Mercy Nerf Me Daddy pushing this one forward. They lose Splitter on the entry. They lose 30 as well. This maybe not executed well as Batmouth is trying to backcap this point. She has gotten it very close. And Ryzak, the only one contesting this point. That's a Lucio. You don't want that contesting the point. Once again, bad point control out of Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. Gonna flip this point earlier than it needed to. Now a Diva Bomb, stalling time on this point. Spoopy Koopa goes down. Ninja Plez, hook resets with the Dragon Blade here. He's got the Nano on him as well. It's gonna be hard for MNMD to flip this one back as 30 goes down. Ryzak, Cruise Master gonna touch, but that's just two healers playing it into an entire team here. As they have a lot of time for Ninja Plez to get in there with a Dragon Blade of his own. He's found one, but that's not going to be enough, and that's a round 1 win for the Tide Pod Challengers.
So that dive just did not go the way they wanted it to. Couple of key mistakes go down, and they throw away the point.
Yeah, just really poorly executed there. And they went for it fairly late, so they really didn't use that man advantage at all. And now they've got to run Nepal back here, end up winning this match. And this is a match that's, I mean, Mercy Nerf Me Daddy should have felt pretty good going into with no Jim. I expected them to have a bit more of an advantage than they've had, but all the players on TPC have been showing up tonight.
TBC always seems to do that. You see them down a man and they'd have to, go with their non-optimal roster, and they still make good games. They put a good challenge on it. They don't always win them, but they always give a good effort. But enough about that. Mercy Nerf Me Daddy backs against the wall. They need to win these next 2 maps if they want to get third in the final.
Yeah, but not a good start. Hooker Sets finds the first pick of the fight here onto Ryzak. Ninja Plez not finding any picks yet. No, there comes the boop. So we've got a 5v5 on the point here. Both these teams with the opportunity here as Mercy Nerf Me Daddy gonna just give that one up in the 5 versus 5.
No contest. Not gonna go that long on the fight, it looks like, but every 3% gonna matter. This entire fight is counted as capped for the TPC. Ult's coming out on both sides.
30 with attack visor, but he doesn't actually find much with it. As TPC gonna be holding this point for as long as they can. Try not to step off, but they have forced the healers into the side room, and now it's gonna be a slow reset. Crystallize, get to that ledge, my friends. So the point is gonna flip, but that is really 25% given up for no reason.
That is a costly mistake. That could very easily cut them one fight out of. Like, if they have to try and cap back, it's very easily a fight difference.
Yeah, it is literally a fight difference. And so we will see if that ends up costing them. In the meantime, no swaps coming out here as Tide Pod Challengers gonna go for the high ground. Yeah, they're gonna go for the reach around play here, coming through this right side room. But there comes the hook. 1-for-1 trade. Both teams losing the DPS, but Hook resets. Reflex the rocket barrage and takes out the Fire Mercy. Are you kidding? Now Ball is sexy playing this one forward with the whole hog. Just looking good for the challengers as they get a hook kill onto 30 as well. And Mercenary Daddy gonna just back off of that one.
Oh, what a massive Genji reflect.
Yeah, it does not get bigger than that very often. Nice play out of Hook resets here on the Genji. Now he's got a Dragon Blade available. This is a nice situation on ults for TPC. There are quite a few coming through for Mercenary Daddy as well, though, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a hard commit here. As here we go. Ult being committed in every direction right now. Hook restarts with the first kill of the fight, but he's going to go down to the process to the attack. These DPS ults going to end up in a 1-for-1 trade here as Mercy Nerfy Daddy about to lose this Valkyrie. So a 1-for-1 trade out of the Valkyrie. Maybe not quite what they were looking for, but there we go. 30 with the rocket. Going to pick off Crystallize. Now the picks are coming through here. Ryzak with the Transcendence there as his DPS to find the kills. This should be another point flip. Hook reset's just going to try to stall for some percentage here before ultimately going down, I assume. And yep, there we go. That point is up to 75%.
I am empowered.
As Mercy Nerfy Daddy pushing this one forward. Ninja Plus with the Rocket Barrage. The only ults they have available right now. But no ults available for TPC just yet. Avalite close.
Yeah, very, very back and forth game. But Mercy Nerfy Daddy looking to see if they can capitalize on this last take here. TPC coming in through the front gate, trying to poke around, feeling the enemy team out. Hog, however, going to get pulled in.
Mixed out of that one, but Hook resets goes down in the process.
Ninja Plus picking up the first fight of this fight. Teammate coming out with the command, man. He's not going to find too much. Justice coming in is going to find two before he goes down to Paul Sexy's whole hog.
Yeah, at this point, TPC have to commit. They are at 90% right now, and they are looking to maybe get one extra spawn in here. They do have a Genji available who should have free entry on this point. Spoopy Koopa trying to block him, but he's not going to be able to with that whole hog on the far end. Now we've got a attack visor on this point to stop Hook resets. Will somebody else touch this point? Yes, they will. TPC have made it forward, but they have already lost two. Spoopy Koopa with free access to this back line. Ryzak goes down, but I don't think it's going to matter. Spoopy Koopa zoning anyone that wants to get this point off. And that should end up being a round win here for Mercy Nerfy Daddy. So, for all the marbles, going to map 3 on Nepal.
You can't write a script better than this, Swift.
No, pretty much what you dream of your Week 10 matchup to be.
Your mother would have been proud of you.
Who gets to skip an entire best of 3? All coming down to Shrine here on Nepal. I think this is Shrine.
This is
City
Shrine.
Center. We're going with City Center.
It's pretty sure it's Shrine.
It's definitely City Center, dude.
What? No.
This map is just like the City Center on Lijiang.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Lijiang doesn't even have a city center. It's called Night Garden, I think, or something like that. I don't remember. Either way, actually, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Both these teams playing this one forward onto the point. We see Pharah, Tracer coming out of MNMD. Same comp coming out of TPC. As both these teams make their way onto the points. Nothing too exciting just yet as Batman is going to get hooked, but makes it out. Health advantage kind of going in favor of Mercy Nerfy Daddy right now. This is a slow fight right now. Ball is Sexy the first casualty. But Ryzak being traded the other way. So 5 versus 5 right now. As Crystallize going down as well. There we go. The healers are both down for TPC. The DPS coming through.
And the rest of the team falling down pretty quickly in suit without their healers. We're seeing this first cap go over to Mercy Nerf Me Daddy.
Thanks for the assist.
Yeah, they are pushing this one forward just a bit. Maybe a smart play with the pharmacy. They have the opportunity to find a pick as 30 was kind of tucking around like I thought he was going to do something a little more aggressive, but no, everyone's content to play this one around the more intelligent choke points. Going for some poke damage on the entry here.
Yeah, lots of ults getting close to being available for both these teams. Some already available.
Yeah, Splinter taking this one all the way down, maybe a little aggressively, as we've seen him do this a few times tonight. This is opening a window for Tide Pod Challengers to push forward. They are jumping on in. Ninja Plus is getting some nice damage down up in the air, but he has not found any kills yet. And now Ninja Plus is down. This is looking good for the challengers. They've only lost their Winston. Hook Recess now with the Dragon Blade, gonna try to mop this fight up, as there is not much remaining for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. Just Spoopy Koopa, the last to go down here, and that's going to be a point flipped.
I'm on fire.
TBC refusing to go down with the fight, answering back just under 50% cap for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. 30, switching off that tracer, heading to the free now.
So a lot of ults available here for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy, but a few for the defense. Ball Sexy gonna pop this tag visor early, and Vizak already going down. Hammer coming out of Splinter, but his team has already lost 2. And now Batmel popping this Monkey Ultimate, gonna stop that Hammer down from really being turned into anything. And that's gonna be a fight won here by TPC. But they do have to commit a few ults. They are gonna be in a rough spot on ult economy going into this next fight. Just a Diva and a Moira ult available, with some much bigger ults available for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy to come try and flip this point.
Yep. Tide Pod Challengers taking the lead on this map now as they cross the halfway mark.
Here we go, coming on in behind Splinter. Hook Reset's going forward, trying to find a cheeky pick there, and there we go! He finds Ninja Plus, takes him right off the ground. Cruisemaster does get this res off. And Transcendence coming out of MNMD as well. As here we go, Demon Bomb being dropped right out in the open. Gonna find the pick onto the Valkyrie Cruisemaster. Now both the healers are down for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy. They need to lose this fight fast, as they're losing Splinter. They are down 3, but no, they're playing this one out for the win. Ninja Blaze commits the ult when they had another fight available, but the Spoopy Koopa's committing his ult as well. Oh, this is going to be a disaster for Mercy Nerf Me Daddy.
10% left. Tide Pod Challengers can pace that third place spot.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to get 6 available here, and now there are the DPS ults available for this team on the points. Tide Pod Challengers gonna try to hold this one. As here we go, they have ults coming from 2 separate sides right now. Tack Visor, Dragon Blade. They've taken out Splinter, they've taken out Cruz, they've taken out 30. Tide Pod Challengers with no Jim are just a few picks away from securing this 3rd seed. They're popping the ult as they get them mopping the Mercy Nerf Me Daddy off the point, and it's gonna be enough. Tide Pod Challengers take Nepal 2-1. And they will be your 3rd seed. Play of the game. Gonna be Ball Sexy here. Of course, he has was huge all map long. And it's gonna be the start of what ended up being this last fight, I believe. Or the start of the point flip, actually. Doesn't even need an ult. He gets that shutdown on a Ninja Plus as soon as he dropped that Rocket Barrage. Comes up huge for his team on this map.
Pure class.
As a teamic with the 37% healing card. That is a pretty impressive healing card for what was a fairly close Nepal there. Coming up huge for his team.
Yep.
But that's going to do it, folks. So that is the 3rd and 4th seeds decided. Mercy Nerf Me Daddy will be playing in the first round of the playoffs against either Waifu Superstar or Jeff from the Overwatch team. But stay tuned, because in just a moment we got Easy Clap and Blabby's Dabs going to be playing this out for our 1st seed.
Don't touch that browser.